topic is actually very general for all the practitioners. I think this topic is important for everybody, even if no matter you are traditional or non-traditional followers, no matter you are Buddhist or non-Buddhist tradition followers, because the reason everybody want to be happiness, enjoyment, and want to be freedom, suffering, and unpleasant feeling without any exception. This is general. So not only human beings wish that, but all sentient beings wish. So sentient beings, according Buddhist point, numberlessly existent, because the space is endless, boundless. So therefore, as long as pervasive impartially by the space, and then could be can, sentient beings, no matter with a form or without a form body, but could be can existent boundlessly or numberlessly. But in briefly, the numberless sentient beings could be can division into the 6 categories, which is the 6 realm beings. 3 unfortunate lower realm being, and another 3 is fortune upper realm being. So are the 3 unfortunate lower realm beings: hell realm being, hungry ghost realm being, and animal realm beings. Why these are the 3 which are unfortunate lower realm being? Because they are unfortunately misdeed, karma, non-merits, karma, loads, many lifetimes. On top is they couldn't find antidote. So therefore, when they completed the projection substantial of the non-merits cause and the unfavorable conditions, and then is fully repent, the result is born any one of these unfortunate 3 lower realm. So those lower realm beings is more problem than upper fortune realm being. Examples: beings who are unborn unfortunately in the hell realm, and they are mainly problem the suffering with heat and cold many years. And the beings are unfortunately, if reborn in the animal realms and the hungry gods realms, they are mainly suffering with hungry and thirsty many years. And then beings are unfortunately born in the animal realms, and they are mainly suffering with mental stupidity, mind, and killing to each other and eating each other. And some animals haven't freedom under the force by the human beings used by the humans, so on. That is why it's an unfortunate lower realm being. And then another 3 is upper fortune realm, which is God realm beings, demigod realm beings, and human realm beings. These are the 3 why we say fortune realm, because not easy to find of this fortune realm, because there previous many lifetimes need to do accumulation merits, virtuous actions, or the displaying the morality conduct, the supreme ethics. And then on top is has the aspiration, prayer, or dedicate or wish to born higher fortune, upper good life, and free unfortunate lower bad life. In the end, when they completed very strong the long course of karma, merits, and the favorable condition, achieving the condition, so enough strong, and then is chance once opportunity reborn higher in this any one of fortune upper realm. Thus we say fortune realm. Therefore is even this fortune realm part of samsara, But to compare unfortunate low realm beings, and then we are really fortunately can have more chance, happy, enjoy, wealth, peaceful, and relaxation and restness, and also is more knowledgeable intelligence. So that's why we say fortune realm being. And then particularly if practitioners, Dharma practitioners, which is most one of precious among these 6 realm beings, says the human realm being is as the most one precious. And within this human realm, particularly within the qualities with 8 freedoms and 10 endowments, total is we say 18 qualities. This kind of person, human being, is the most one precious in this world, because not easy to find, harder to find about this precious human body, but finally is can be benefit, and not only the temporary beneficial, but on top is will bring the ultimate benefit. That benefit not only yourself, but can be benefit to each others, means is on other sentient beings. So final, the ultimate benefit also can two. One is the nirvana, become arhat, like Haryana, solitary lizard-yana. And then it's a final completely enlightenment, which is the all-knowing knowledge, Buddhahood is coming. So this all the beneficial is from very much depend to the of this precious the human body. So we are lucky, we are really fortunately at the moment is we found hard to find of this precious human life. But now on top we should not forget the impermanence. Life is very impermanent, hard to find this precious human body, but it will be easily can lose this precious human body. So therefore we never know when will be die, where will be there, how we can die. We don't know exactly the reason, because we haven't yet freedom, for the rebirth, future, or the death, or so on. So only depend to the projection, karma, long course of karma, and the achieving conditions at the moments in the present. So therefore now, if you really believe the karma of cause and effect, if you really believe the reincarnation for next rebirth coming again, and then we start from now training, on the virtuous mind, and train your mind on the positive emotion, and your actions must be start as much possible on the virtuous actions, and as much possible we try to avoid afflictive emotion mind and the negative actions, so on right now, because if we doesn't care about the karma of cause and effect, if we don't care about the reincarnation, that means then it's just a wild way, in like normal beings, or especially like the animal like, and then it's very danger. And this life also cannot be very peace, happy, enjoy harmonies. But not only this the problem, but on top problems for future, next rebirth, immediate next rebirth cannot easy to find the fortune realm again. So therefore we must be responsibility of oneself from now, and what is good for this life, of course, but on top is for future what good. So now in this case, and probably today, or this topic is the connected to the answer, what is the most one important meaning of our life, how to find the essential, the human value for benefit yourself, benefit for other sentient beings, and benefit for this life and for benefit for future life. So in this, and briefly today we're talking about the mind training. So mind training, why we say mind training? Because our mind could become the root both of suffering and the happiness. If we haven't yet enough training on the positive emotion, and our mind is too much distracted of the negative emotion, and then lots of problems in this life, like mental depression, mental in the anxiety, worry, panics, fearful mind, and disappointedness, and will be regrets mind. So many the mental problems comes from untamed mind. Like we say, human mind, an example gives from the text, say like elephant. Elephant, just general elephant, and then generally elephant-like, but the elephant could become, one is totally of tamed elephant, and one is totally wild elephant or crazy, mad elephant. So human mind also can be, some human mind is totally tamed, controlled or trained on the virtues, and they can controlling one's own of afflictive emotion, they can control the disturbing emotion mind. And if as long as they want, they can cultivating on the positive emotion. So this person is very comfortable, happiness, enjoyment, relaxationness, restness feeling, even this life. And then this person is 100% sure immediate next rebirth again, at least will be reborn on the fortune upper realm and a fortune country, fortune family, and immediate next rebirth can linking continuously your fortune traditions, so on. And then the opposite, unfortunately, untamed mind, like wild elephant, is very danger, very difficult, is too much, but excessively mind is scattered or wandering or distracted with the disturbing emotion mind, such of excessively of desire, too much anger, too much of ignorant, too much of jealousy, too much of the harming mind, harmful thought comes, to the heart, mind deeply. So this person is, we say, very untamed, like untamed elephant, like, very wild, he or her mind. So therefore, this is very difficult in this life even. But the problems not only in this life, but on top, and then immediate next rebirth, we difficult to say, we difficult to hard to guaranteeing freedom reborn, unfortunate low realm, and hard to guaranteeing immediate next rebirth, reborn again higher fortune realm. The reason, because everything's of the situation in this samsara, appearances, the situation in the samsara very much depended to the cause and condition, cannot be existent by the causelessly, but the automatically is no possible. Everything's comes to us, good or bad, both are depend to the cause and the condition. So therefore is the negative action and negative emotion is as cause condition for bad situations, and better of positive karma and the positive action and the positive emotion could be can cause and condition will be experiencing of a good life, good rebirth. So on, that means is a natural rule. Everything is depend to the natural rule, karma of cause and effect. So in this case, is this topic today we said training the mind. The training mind is not externally, so internally we need to training our mind. So, but this method, the main method is as the tool. We say for inner, the mind training is as the tool for inner change. What we need to change for the inner, internally, what do we need to change? So actually Dharma, Sanskriti, but there's 10 more than the meaning on Tibetan, but one is protection. Dharma is meaning is protection or refuge, or authentic, perfect protection. So Dharma can, if you training, your mind training on the Dharma, and the could be can directly and indirectly change your internal, as mentioned to you, the negative emotion can change. Very beginning maybe is very excessively obscured to the our mind nature, better obscuration of delusion, anger, desire, ignorance, jealousy, hatred, harmful thought, harming mind, so on. But and gradually lesser and lesser the obscuration of negative emotions and the progress gradually of the positive emotions such of compassion, loving kindness, tolerance, forgetfulness mind, empathy mind or sympathy. These kind of all peaceful mind start progress and raising, increasing from inner, internally. That means is inner change. From the wrong emotion, change in the positive emotion, change from the wrong action in right action, change from wrong view in of right view. So that's why Dharma can be protection, you know. So in this way, and like in Tibetan, Nangpa, so the tradition like Buddhist, the Dharma practitioner says Nangpa. I am Nangpa. I am a Nangpa. Tibetan word Nangpa. Nangpa means is the internal insiders. What is of the tenets of your tradition or your view or your philosophy, or your the aim or your goal, your purpose, and we can say my view is and my tradition or my practice is, we can say I'm the insider, so insiders, followers or tradition followers, not outsider, so insiders. So what is the difference outsider and insiders? Means is very beginning, if you are follow the Dharma, start to form the view, the pure view from internally, from one's own mind, because actually our mind, internal of our mind could be there's two different aspects. One, according to the of ordinaries with an unpure perception mind. One is according to the external is pure perception mind. Or other hand, we can say according to the true truth, conventional truth and the ultimate truth. So according to the ultimately, according to the ultimate truth, and then each sentient being's mind, nature, whether ultimately already Buddha, already peaceful, already purity, already nature is as selflessness, self-emptiness, dharma sphere. Essential is already as the luminosity, as luminescence is as the essential of our mind, nature, sense from beginningless time already. So that is in common word we can say Buddha nature. So Buddha, by the Buddha nature, pervasive, impartially for everybody, not only human being. Sense, small animal, insect, mind nature, up to of extraordinaries, human or the extraordinary Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Arya beings, noble beings, Arhat, achievement, accomplishment, masters, yogis, yoginis, and then is the beings of God, human realm, all is same, equal quality. There's no difference, which is a Buddha nature. That's the Buddha nature. And then if Buddha nature is as primordially pure, then what means is sentient beings wandering in this samsara, better foolishly we can say, because according to the conventionally, better relatively, our mind nature is the obscured, better obscuration of ignorant. Ignorant means is misconception, mistake or misunderstood. What was mistake? We mistake to the true mind nature. Mind nature is emptiness and luminosity, but we are overhanding to existent inherently of oneself, clinging oneself and clinging to others. So this is we calling two dualistic grasping. But the two dualistic grasping mind is as the root of point, the ignorant. So as long as we're having this self-grasping, and then is arising, clinging to other. And between there is our mind will be deluded, which is self-attachment, selfishness, self-clinging, ego-clinging, and the same time clinging to other, means aversionment, jealousy to others, with others, quarreling, fighting, anger. So this kind of all the violence contact with each others. So this all is, start performing from this ignorant. So mind is deluded. That's the happened the problem. So better circumstantially obscured to the mind nature. But anyway, no matter takes how long, obscured to the mind nature, better obscuration of delusion, ignorant and karma. But sense from beginningless, actually is the obscuration is separately existent to the mind nature. Or mind nature is primordially sense from beginningless, pure, or sense from beginningless, stainless, mind nature. So this is the two different aspects. In this way, it is possible, can we freedom from such of delusion, afflictive emotions, ignorant, 100% sure, possible. The reason, because the obscuration is impermanence. The obscuration is as a temperament, just by momentarily apparent there, but circumstantially advantageous, just by the moments apparent there. So therefore, that is including of compounded phenomena. But our mind nature definition is as opposite, means is uncompounded, part of uncompounded phenomena. Our mind nature definition is unchangeable object. Our mind nature is primordially pure, stainless, as mentioned you, and primordially is unborn, dharma sphere, emptiness, and primordially pure purity of luminosity or luminescence means wisdom. That is the opposite of ignorant. So in this way, now important we start to form the very beginning the view. The pure view is not from outside. Try to form internally from your heart, pure view. Because it was the misconception, the mistake is born from your heart. Obscured one's own mind nature, better obscuration of ignorant. So ignorant is not from somewhere, comes not from somewhere. Is ignorant is arising from internally, from your heart, your mind. So that's why, as mentioned you beginning, our mind could become the root both of happiness and unhappiness. Our mind could become the root of both of samsara and nirvana. This means is if you cannot recognize, cannot realize mind nature by the one's own primordial wisdom, that means is ignorant. If your mind is obscured by the ignorant, and then our mind is deluded. If our mind is deluded, and then is by delusion performing about contaminated action or contaminated karma. And by the contaminated action, karma will be performing the result, fully repent, is as the suffering of the samsara. So that's the happened, the problem. So therefore, first very beginning, try to form the pure view, pure perception, pure motivation. So this all is from one's own mind. Try to focus on the mind nature. Try. So that is the Nangpa, Tibetan, and Nangpa. I am Nangpa means is a Buddhist. Buddhist means is in Tibetan sometimes in Nangpa. Nangpa means is an insider. I'm the insider's practitioner. Why you say insider? Insider means is because view is from inside, from formed to the one's own mind. Because was the wrong perception also born from mind. So therefore the application antidote also must be focused or formed cultivation from inside, from your heart. So therefore your pure view must be is the certainty, the courage, the confidence is formed from inside, from your heart. So that's your view, the ground nature view, pure view is born from of inside, from your heart, one's own mind. So it's insider. That's it. And then is your path, Dharma path also is insider. Not Dharma path is depend to the external or depend to others, not. So must be also your path is depend to the insider. You are the always insider from sense of ground, path, result, and with your contacts. Everything is depend from inside. So that's why we say is Buddha Dharma practitioners are insiders, the tradition followers, insiders. And then what is the result finally? The result also will be achievement inside from your heart, not the achievement of enlightenment is from externally or from outside, no possible. So for example, when you entering into the path of Dharma, that means what is the main path of your Dharma? In briefly, wisdom and compassion. Union of wisdom and compassion, that is the path, actual path. We need to do the two collections, merits and wisdom. How could we can do collection of merits? Is it depend to your motivation. So motivation, pure or impure, is depend to your compassion. So therefore, compassion is as the condition for collection of merits. If you lack compassion, and there's no power for collective about the merits, and missed one part of these two important the part of your practice. And then is the wisdom. Wisdom, the pure wisdom, I mean, is unmistaking wisdom, the pure one. So pure wisdom has to be understood, the true nature of conventional truth and the true nature of ultimate truth, the true truth, has to be distinguished clearly. And so according to the of conventionally, better your wisdom has to be recognized. Phenomena, appearances are originated by the interdependently. So therefore you should realizing has to be realized all phenomena appearances according to the conventionally illusion, like magic illusion, like reflection moon apparent in the water like. Means is apparent is very truly manifesting informed us the form, sound, smell, taste, contact, and tactile sensations, so on, clearly appears. But at the same time, simultaneously, appearances are bare illusorily, not bare substantially, not inherently, I mean, not bare inherently existent, just imputedly existent phenomena appearances. That means it's illusion, like dreaming. So this is better your wisdom focus on the phenomena appearances. Everything are bare interdependently. So therefore, its appearance is like illusion. That's one. And the point of view of according to the of conventionally, and then according to the of ultimately, phenomena are unborn nature, unborn, which means emptiness. The reason because phenomena are originated by the interdependently, therefore its nature is unborn. So how could we can realizing the true nature of emptiness is very much depend one's own excellent analytical investigation, and very important to follow authentic view, the authentic of the reasoning, and follow the authentic of perfect logic, and follow the valid cognition to judge of the reality, emptiness, phenomena nature of emptiness, and then start performing. You can find the ultimate truth, which is emptiness, usually we say. So now these two, according to the ultimate true nature emptiness, and according to the of conventional true nature of illusion, is one test, only aspect, two. Because two logic, one is conventional logic, one is ultimate logic. By conventional logic found illusion, by the ultimate logic found unborn nature emptiness. So these two is not contradictory, but totally is union. The appearances of the illusion and the unborn nature is as one test, single, non-dualistic. That is the perfect, authentic the view. So this view we need to you need to training your mind on of this wisdom, and you need to training on this compassion together. So that means is collection merits and collection wisdom. So that's the path. So this path is two aspects of compassion, and wisdom is also from internally, not from outside. Compassion cannot come from outside. And the wisdom cannot born from outside. Both are, that is very much is internally and depend to the one's own, so recognition, knowledge, and depend to the one's own motivation, pure motivation of compassion, so on. So therefore, is the path to the union of wisdom and compassion, or path is the union of accumulation merits and accumulation of wisdom. That is the path of Dharma. No matter what kind you're going to practice, maybe very beginner path or smaller beings, practitioners, still important, good motivation and good knowledge. If maybe you are entering into the path of middling beings, and still is important, compassion, pure motivation, and wisdom. And then maybe you are entering into the path of great beings, Mahayana, and then more important, with wisdom and compassion. Missing of these two, any one of these two cannot enter into the path, either of the middling or path of great beings or so on, cannot. So therefore, it's important to know the insider means is your path is also because you are insiders, tradition practitioners. So therefore, is your path. Always is when you training your mind, then times you time to time, we need to check, research, analyze one's own mind, one's own motivation, and one's own of the recognition, the perception, so on. And then if this going path is very training very well, at the same time, of course, the condition, means the condition, means is the condition is Buddhist, the insiders practitioners, what is the conduct? It's a non-violence conduct. View, union of wisdom and compassion. View, understanding phenomena originated by the interdependently. Therefore, is a phenomena nature is unborn. That is the view, pure view. And what is a conduct during your meditation and practice? Is a non-violence conduct. So non-violence conduct is how could we can distinguish between violence and non-violence? Is again internally. As your motivation, your heart is totally pure, with compassion, pure love, kindness, and then your conduct is become non-violence conduct. But unfortunately, if our heart or motivation is wronged, negative, harmful thought, harming mind, jealousy, anger, aversion mind, or something like this wronged emotion obscured to your mind deeply, and then the conduct action is unfortunately become a violence conduct coming. So therefore, we difficult distinguish between only by physically, by verbally, because he or her heart is pure or not. If he or her heart is pure motivation, and then the conduct is become pure, non-violence. Is he or her heart is impure or wrong, and then he or her conduct is no matter what kind of appearances could become violence conduct. So therefore, sometimes the conduct, the actions apparent is non-violence, but just reflection of non-violence conduct. But in fact, conduct is violence. Sometimes apparent the conduct is like violence conduct, but in fact is non-violence, because he or her motivation is 100% of pure. Therefore, is the non-violence conduct. Just as reflection, of the violence conduct, but in fact is non-violence. So therefore, is a motivation is important, but the condition is the favorable condition is non-violence conduct. That's why Buddha mentioned oftenly, if you practice Dharma, Dharma conduct is non-violence. So therefore, is as much try possibilities to do benefit each others. But even if you cannot do much benefit other sentient beings, at least do not harming no one, but deeply. Harming means is not, do not harming no one, but deeply from your heart, with aversion mind, with of hatred, mind, with of the jealousy, with of anger, with of ignorant, so on, this kind of the afflicted emotionally do not harming others. At least that means is a non-violence conduct. So therefore, internally we need training. And then if internally is progress about this kind of compassion, wisdom, qualities progress, and then step and step is, as you know, there's stages. Part of accumulation, part of preparation, part of seeing, part of meditation, part of no more learning. These 5 path stages cross progress in within these 2 qualities, wisdom and compassion, or with the 2 collections, merits and wisdom. So if enough more progress about your 2 collections, wisdom, merits, and then you can quickly cross the stages of sense of first part of accumulation until as you will be achievement part of no more learning studies coming. So in this way, finally, when will be attainment state part of no more learning, means the final, the result, the fruits. Again, the fruits from inside, not from outside. You do not looking, searching, found the fruits or achievement or the attainment or your final goal, final purpose. Should not focus from outside, no possible. Because what's beginning, the seed of enlightenment or the view, the fundamental view is from inside. We are insiders, practitioners. So therefore, is you are entering into part of insider from your mind. And therefore, the final achievement also from inside, from your heart. Means is like, for example, arhat, like Hinayana tradition's result. Liberation of samsara and attainment of nirvana, arhat. Freedom, completely obscuration of contaminated karma, and freedom, obscuration of delusion, ignorant. And totally attainment, ultimate peace, ultimate enjoyment, but from inside. The 4 destroyer, say arhat means 4 destroyer. So, but what freedom from what kind of disturbing object means is negative emotion, afflictive emotion, freedom from delusion, freedom from contaminated karma. So therefore, their attainment state, ultimate peace, ultimate enjoyment, arhat. That's the result is from also internally, not externally. And then Bodhisattva result, attainment or path of seeing. First bhumi, Bodhisattva's first bhumi to 10th bhumi is Bodhisattva's result, which is on top freedom from of karma, obscuration karma, and freedom of delusion, but not only. And their starter will be freedom from even the obscuration of to the omniscient. Beginning is coarse level, and then gradually even the subtle level, the imprints. And finally, when they're completely freedom, even the imprint of the obscuration of omniscience, and then you will be attainment state or path or no more learning, which is Buddhahood. So now where is Buddhahood? Not somewhere externally. The Buddhahood is internally. Again, the final, most of a highest level of completely enlightenment Buddhahood will be achievement. Buddhahood is also internally. So this means is Nangba. I mentioned before, Nangba Sangye. Nangba means is insiders. Buddhist practitioners are insiders. Very important, not the outsiders. Insiders means your view from inside. Your path from inside. Training mind is from inside. And the conditions, violence or non-violence contact is also depend to the inside, your motivation. And then finally the achievement, the result, also not from outside, is from inside. Your mind become enlightenment. Once one's mind completely freedom from the faults, freedom from obscurations, and completely your mind is attainment, all knowing knowledge. So that is the final result. So Nangba means inside there means. So no, in this case, is practitioners always important to check one's motivation, research, whatever you're doing. Why I'm doing this? Why I'm thinking this? Why I want this? Why something? Everything. Try to check your motivation. If motivation is good, it is pure. There's no any something wrong motivation to harming each others. At least do not harming no one, and then it's good, and do it continuously. That means Dharma activity. That is the practitioners, mind training. Mind training means. So anyway, when you will be attainment, the final result, that times you understand, sense from beginning is already all mind is pure. When you will be, realization, one's own true mind nature, that times you will understand was already from sense beginningless, already mind nature is pure. But unfortunately, we yet not attainment the state of realization, true nature. So therefore, completely, but circumstantially obscured, too dualistic, grasping mind to the mind nature. So we have too dualistic, grasping very strongly. So therefore, strongly selfishness, self-attachment, self-ego, ego clinging, too strong, and then performing negative emotions such as pride, arrogance, as mentioned you, and then is the quarreling to each other, fading to each other, jealousy to each other, and that means is anxiety, difficulties, so many of the negative activities, foolishly. So these are harming to us directly in this life, and indirectly will be harming to future life. So therefore, what means is mind training. Sometimes as the special tradition, we say mind training lineage, we can say, but actually all the Dharma activity, Dharma practice is actually mind training. Since very beginning, just you see 4 thoughts mind training. This very common word, already, 4 thoughts mind training. How difficult training your mind with how difficult to obtain of the precious human body. Training mind with of the how means the impermanence of life, and mind training with of the recognition of karma of cause and effect, and mind training on of recognition of the faults or samsara. That's with the 4 thoughts mind training. So these 4 thoughts mind training also inside there. That's not from outside. So you need to train on your mind, focus on these 4 recognitions. Very beginning, 4 thoughts mind training. That is common from sense of Hinayana traditions practitioners up to of Mahayana. Sense of the Sutra, Mahayana Sutra practitioners and up to of Tantric practitioners, we need, training on mind on this way. So mind training, you see, 4 thoughts. And then, of course, you go to enter into the path of, actual path of like the Hinayana. We need to train our mind on the 4 noble truths. Noble truth of suffering, noble truth of origination of suffering, and noble truth of cessation, and noble truth of path. But all these 4 noble truth, 4 aspects of noble truth is also internally inside there. That's from your mind. You need to train in of 4 noble truth, and then you can start entering into the path of least in the middle being. Means is you formed the part of Hinayana. And then is if you want to enter into the Mahayana, and then again we need to cultivate mantra of enlightenment, cultivation of a generation bodhicitta. So the generation bodhicitta means also inside, from heart, from one's own mind we need to generate. What means generate? Normal or compassion is limited. Compassion, loving kindness, joy, equanimity, this kind of all is ordinary compassion, ordinary of joy, ordinary kindness is very limited, very tiny, very weak. So we need to generate now. Limited compassion we need to generate in limitless way. Like the four immeasurable bodhicitta. The limited ordinary love we need to transfer, or we need to progress, or we has to be generating into of a limitless love, of extraordinary love. Ordinary the seed, limited compassion we need to generating into extraordinary great compassion, means it's limitless. Ordinary compassion is not great yet. But if you transfer into generation into extraordinary compassion, then become great compassion. Ordinary love transferring into extraordinary great love. And ordinary joy, if you can transfer into extraordinary joy and the great joy, means infinite joy, is coming. Generation means is. And then ordinary equanimity, if you can, is transferring into extraordinary equanimity, that is great equanimity. So for immeasurable bodhicitta also as generation, means is like we need to generate from limited qualities, generate into limitless way. But questions, it is possible from limited compassion, love, the wisdom, joy or equanimity or so on, this kind can be in generation into limitless way. So 100% sure is possible. The reason, as mentioned you already, because our mind nature is as primordially pure. So, best circumstantially obscured by the obscurations. So therefore, it's sooner or later, the obscuration is impermanence. Sooner or later will be exhausting, will be freedom, will be separate, will be liberate. But ultimately, nature mind is, I mentioned, greed permanent. So therefore, even thousands of kalpas takes time, but still reality is unchanged. Always there. Buddha nature is always there. So therefore, it's very possible. Also, life is only existent one single. Then there's no possible completely enlightenment. There no make sense. But no. Life is sense from beginningless we born, but life after one after another life continuously, mentally. So therefore, mental quality is have always chance to, giving us chance to realization. So the mental obscurations always have chance to purification, chance to be giving us the chance of liberation. So therefore, as everyone, we have the potential power. Sooner or later will be enlightenment is very possible. But we need to start training internally from one's mind. So therefore, sometimes Dharma is a little bit complicated if we detail talk lots philosophy way, but sometimes very easy. Very easy means is no need so many learning, studying the complicated things to understood. If you understood, good, but only is check one's own motivation. Good heart and good ground. Good ground, good path. And good path comes and good result comes. But if you check your motivation not good, it's wrong, and then wrong ground, and then wrong path, and then it will be performing the wrong result. So therefore only is mind. sense of Hinayana or sense of path of smaller beings, followers up to a path of great beings or Mahayana traditions, we need to start to check, research one's own motivation, pure or impure, from mentally, internally. That's insiders. We say Buddhist means is insiders, Nangpa. I'm Nangpa. I'm Nangpa means is insider, everything's. Not, that's why Buddha says, you are the master of yourself. You see? Because if outsider, not insiders, and then cannot be you are your master. Cannot, because we always need to rely to the external object, the refuge, the protection, but not. That's not true. So that's why Buddha says you are the master of yourself. You are the master of yourself. What other master could there be do? Through coming yourself alone, you found a master, hard to find. So therefore, if you can start training your mind, you start to find internal master, the final master, the authentic master, perfect master, the genuine master. So your mind has become mastered, and that you found hard to find the final master. So that's why Buddha says you are the master of yourself. If you do not train your mind, if you doesn't care, only listening Dharma word, still you have some virtues, sure, better than no listening, of course. Just go and listening Dharma, also good, wonderful, because so many other sentient beings, unfortunately, have no chance even listening one word of Dharma word, like Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, have no chance to listen. So therefore, it's just listening of Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, so on. Also, it's a very fortunate opportunity, but not enough only listening. You have become listener, but you are not really practitioner. So we need to practitioners, become. So, but we need to start from listening, and then you need to train your mind on the contemplation of listening the word, the reflection of the word, the wisdom. And then when you unmistaking what should to do, what should not to do, which is a necessary engagement, benefit for each other, which is a necessary abandonment because harming to each other. So when you clearly get the conviction, certainties from listening, from contemplation, and then you must be need to train. Practice, train means training your mind, exercise, mentally. Otherwise, you never ever, practice training. Only listening, or even contemplation. You become very scholar Dharma. You become very learned Dharma, but not you are practitioner Dharma. But you have some virtues, accumulated merits from listening Dharma, from contemplation of Dharma, but you yet not fully of the two collection of merits of wisdom because you didn't train your mind. So therefore together, sometimes listening, sometimes contemplating, sometimes both, and sometimes do meditate, practice. Only you say, oh no, I don't want to listening, because listening doesn't work, So, and I don't want to contemplating because judge or something, research, analyze because this is boring me. So I want to meditate. But if you know how to do meditate, then fine. But if missing listening and contemplating wisdom, and then also you don't know how to do meditate. So therefore, these are the three. Wisdom is very much dependent to each other, supporting to each other. There's no hearing contemplation wisdom, there's no chance perfect of meditation wisdom. And only of hearing contemplation wisdom, if you missed meditation wisdom, then no makes sense. Dharma practice, Dharma listening. Why we listening is because we to know what is good, what is not good. When you understand what is good, which is not good, then is you need to train your mind. So therefore now, how training, I mentioned you already, oftenly, good heart, good motivation. Keep in this, it's a heart. And then is your actions, everything's become good. So that is one important, I think, today, like this, generally, very generally, but it's no matter, maybe it's individually, you are some of maybe just new listener of Dharma. Some of you maybe is already such of important view, the path, and some maybe of you Sutra practitioners more. Some of you maybe Tantric you like more. Some maybe of you Dzogchen Shinpo Grit or Mahamudra so on. But anyway, sense of path of smaller beings practitioners up to great perfection, Dzogchen Shinpo practitioners, we need training, mind training on this pure emotion or pure motivation and pure wisdom. These two is always. Wisdom and compassion is the essential power for your purpose. Sense of part of smaller beings up to of great Dzogchen Shinpo practitioners. So therefore, I think generally, that's a general topic, but as I think is just a reminder for you, so how important we need to focus or train on your mind. So anybody, if you have any questions, we're going to a little bit discuss. Any questions, if you want. Yeah. Yes, please.
I missed the 4 thoughts. One was karma. What were the other 3 thoughts?
Say again?
The 4 good thoughts to concentrate on. You said there's this, and this. One was karma, and there was 3 others. 4 thoughts.
4 thoughts? Or mind training?
Yeah.
Oh, 4 thoughts, mind training. So the first one is, we can say, training on how difficult to obtain the precious human birth.
Okay.
That's very important, because this precious human body not born by automatically, must be depend to the previous morality conduct and virtues, merits, on top aspiration, prayer, dedication, or the wishes, and finally when they completed the projection, long course and achieving condition, favorable condition, then chance, opportunity, born in this fortune, especially this as the precious human body within the 18 qualities, this one. So first, this also we need to listen, and then contemplating, and then understand, training your mind on this understanding. That's one. So mind training on the how difficult to obtain of the precious human body. That's one. And the second mind training is mind training on the impermanence of life. Generally, all phenomena is impermanence. Sense externally of the universe, the world, is also impermanence. And then it's internally the essential of the being's impermanence, particularly this precious human life. Very rare, very difficult to obtain, but very easily lose, will be loose, means it's impermanence. So means it's death, 100%, as a certainty, sooner or later will be. But sooner or later means when? Never know. Maybe today, maybe this week, maybe this month, maybe this year, maybe next year, maybe a little bit, a couple of years after. Anyway, so this means truth. But we should not forget the truth. We must be first to listen, learning, understood the truth of our life, impermanence of our life. And this keep in the mind that what is benefit. These first 2 mind training, these first 2, if you train your mind and then you understand how important our life, and we should now start to enter into the training of Dharma, because there's no time to waiting to future, because even first someone that comes a little bit faith to the karma of cause and effect and Dharma also, they want, oh yes, talks, sound is very beautiful, Yes, I like, really I want, but not this year. No? Because I'm busy this year. So maybe next year. Something like this. Then always next time. But finally, unfortunately, is last next time is death. So therefore they lost the way of the practice, the wasted of this precious human body. So therefore, if you're training on the how difficult to obtain the precious human birth and impermanence of life, and then this will be bring the effort, exertion, diligence, day and night. You want to do something more meaningful. You don't want to wasting of this precious body a normal way, because first that's not easy always to find chance opportunity, and if once chance found, but that is very unstable. It's impermanence. So therefore, right now is the chance opportunity to get most important meaning and the essential of my life. So that's why important this first two training. And then the third of this 4-month training. Third is the you need to training on with month on the nature law, nature rule, karma of cause and effect. So this is very important, because many people, of course everyone, I mentioned you very beginning, any teaching terms I'm saying beginning, all sentient beings same, they want to be happy and they want to be freedom from suffering, without any exception, I'm sure. But most 99% they have no idea why comes happiness, enjoyment, and why comes suffering. How could we can avoid suffering? How could we can engagement on the happiness, enjoyment? They're doing try day and night, but mistake, always mistake. That's why in the Shantandewa text, Indian master, the Bodhicitta Avatar text, Shantandewa, he says, Dungan dondo semenda, dungar jilang wanju, devando jantimu pirangi dewa darstanjum. I just quoted one verse on Tibetan language. But anyway, that means is, even though we wanted to avoid suffering, but enemy like enemy, they want to like enemy and destroy the root. Or no, first one is not the even though we want to free from suffering, but chasing, they want to chasing to the cause and condition of suffering. And then the second two lines says, even though we want to be happy enjoyment, but once they want to destroy the root of happiness enjoyment, like enemy like they want to destroy the root one's own happiness enjoyment. So now the question is why? Because we want freedom from suffering, but still we chasing the cause condition of suffering. Why? What do you think? And then we want happy, enjoy everybody, no matter traditional, non-traditional, religious, non-religious, Buddhist, non-Buddhist, there's young or old, no matter which culture, there's no depend cultures, but everybody want to be happy, enjoy. That's clear. But in this text, there says, even though want to be happy, enjoy, but this story, or this I mentioned, the root of happiness, enjoyment, they want to destroy the root of happiness, enjoyment. Again, why? So this means is actually is that as a stupidity, means ignorant, misconception, and mistake. Almost opposite what we're doing in this world today. Famous person, very, as a says, learned scholar, or maybe, as a very, but still they are almost as opposite. They're doing something, want, happy, enjoy, but in fact it's going in the wrong, opposite way. Very clear. So therefore that means ignorant, misconception is a mistake, very much, So if you want to somebody punch you, try first punch them, and then you have hope, you get a punch to return back. If you want to somebody shooting you, try to first shoot them. Okay, make sense? That means is you want to, somebody war, you destroy your building, your country, try to first destroy them. They will return back. Let's see today, each other. Who beginning, starting, to shooting to others. That means is they invited, return back. The shooting, the bomb, everything, killing. If you want somebody to kill your people, try to first kill their, then sure 100% sooner or later will be come. This all is stupidity. Actually, not the case. I'm the one become best one, winner, also the hero, or something. I become strong one. Something I want to control everything, but ignorant, misconception, not possible. So therefore, not the opposite. You want somebody help you? Okay, then start to help them. You like somebody respect you? Okay, you respect to them. Yeah? If you like somebody love you, okay, try, share your love first, and then chance coming. Yes, everything's like this. So even generosity, you want to become rich, means get something from others, first do generate, and then the next time you have good return back. If your birthday you get many presents, nice, good of praise, okay, first go. Others' birthday, give something, then next your birthday you have chance more, But this means is everything is depend. Good heart, good action, and good benefit to each other. But unfortunately, the ordinaries means is even want to be free from suffering, but they chasing to the cause of suffering, and even want to happy enjoy, but themselves destroy one's own root of happiness enjoyment. That's very true, very true. So therefore, no dharma talk, round talk, directly talk. But point is this: they explain to us. Say, because you, me, everybody want to happy enjoy. If this true, then please do not mistake. Means is what is the cause condition of happiness? Everybody try to escape away from suffering. If this true, and then please don't mistake what is the cause and condition of suffering. Otherwise, if the wrong view, and then always more and multiple problem. So that's very true. So anyway, that's the first, how important the second training, the third training, the training on the of a natural rule, karma of cause and effect, the third one, because that's why I'm talking that little bit, because the karma, the natural rule, karma of positive karma is the cause condition of happiness enjoyment because we want. If true, then you must be cultivating on the positive karma, positive emotion, because that is the cause condition for everyone. No exception, traditional or non-traditional. It will be chance, happy, enjoyment, peaceful, and harmony is coming. And then if you don't want to suffering, you want to freedom suffering, this true, and then try to avoid negative actions and non-merits, and try to avoid as much possible negative emotion. Because then chance, we have less and less obstacles, sufferings, finally freedom, totally of the suffering on the obstacles. So therefore, we should to know the natural rule, karma of cause and effect. So and not enough only know, but we need to training. We need to training our mind. Otherwise, I don't do this because that's the wrong negative, because harming to each other. Okay, I should do this because it is positive, because benefit to each other. So this kind of intention, your mind, intentionally and act, then is you are become good person, holy person, respect, honor person. So if everyone to go to follow natural rule, karma of cause effect, we no need police. Countries, police, no need bodyguard, But everyone doesn't care about the natural rule, karma of cause and effect. Even around everywhere is the police. 50% is police around us, but it still cannot protect. Still something happened, So that's why we say illegal or legally or illegally. But is it follow the natural rule, karma of cause and effect, everyone is legally. There's no any illegals. So that's why no need the police. no need. But if it doesn't care natural rule, karma of cause and effect, and then always going something and chance, means are not always, but many times a chance coming of illegally, something wrong. Even as police around us, but not easy to protect, not easy to stop. So that's why how important training on the natural rule, karma of cause and effect. This, if you follow karma of cause and effect, can benefit this life for future life. Yourself and your people, your family, your country, and the world. World peace from natural rule and karma of cause and effect you follow, and world peace is coming. If you doesn't care, if you destroy natural rule, karma of cause and effect, forgot to world peace, but even family peace, no chance. If destroy of natural rule, karma of cause and effect. So therefore, it's important, the third training. So now the last one, the fourth training, is training on the recognition of the faults of samsara, means the suffering of samsara. The fourth training, the last one. So this one is because this is for if you only interest in samsara, means is the happiness, enjoyment of desire realm, form realm, something God realm, human realm only. You have no any idea about enlightenment and nirvana, then not very important. I think is the But if someone interested to the nirvana and they want to fully liberation from samsara, and then is a renunciation important. Renunciation of samsara. You training on the renunciation of samsara. But how can fully renunciation to samsara is depend the fourth training. Training month of suffering of samsara. Very logically, because we have very much desire attachment to the samsara, not fully, but the temporary happiness, the temporary enjoyment in the human realm, God realm. Wow, wonderful, beautiful, I want, I need, I love, I like. Yes, okay, fine. But this is a changeable object. That's a temporarily, not ultimately. So this temporary happiness, enjoyment is with the suffering of change. So therefore, finally, sooner or later will be sufferings coming, performing from this temporary happiness, enjoyment. So, and then what we should to do? Has to be found the way of liberation, fully freedom, suffering of samsara. It is possible. This I mentioned you today also. Very possible, because everyone we can have the potential power to enlightenment, which is Buddha's nature. The seed of Buddha is already sown on everyone's mind. So therefore, important as to be renunciation to the samsara. If you recognize fully the faults of samsara, fully renunciation is coming. For example, normal easily could become renunciation to the hell realm, hungry ghost realm, animal realms, because we know suffering of means we believe suffering of heat and cold is very difficult. Suffering of hungry and thirsty is very difficult. That means we don't like, we don't want. That means already renunciation, from the unfortunate three low realms. But we yet not renunciation to the upper fortune of human and God, the happiness, enjoyment, temporary, So, beautiful, wonderful. That means is we doesn't yet understanding the suffering of change, and particularly yet not enough understand the all pervasive suffering. The contaminated aggregates is related to the of all pervasive suffering. Why are we born in this samsara? Because bear interdependently, interdependent to karma and delusion. Means we haven't freedom from karma and from delusion. So actually we no need lots talk about suffering of samsara, because would you believe freedom is ultimate peace, and the opposite, non-freedom, is a suffering. Easy, yeah? As a non-freedom means it's very clear, because I'm no freedom. That means suffering, painful, is it? Tight, very much, very heavy, the bondages, because you have no freedom, like in the jail, like you are like prisoner. So no prisoner. Yes, it's no freedom. Totally you have freedom. That is really happy, enjoy, isn't it? Means is samsara have no freedom, because that's why we have no freedom when get sick, when getting age, when will be die, where will be born, how to die. Everything we don't know because we have no freedom. It's depend to the karma and delusion. So therefore we lost our ultimate freedom. We have no ultimate freedom. That means suffering ultimately. Samsara is. That's why I say nirvana is peace, because of fully freedom. Nirvana is the opposite of non-freedom. Fully freedom. Freedom from karma, contaminated karma. Fully freedom from delusion. Therefore, there only is bare power of wisdom and compassion, controlling everything. Better controlling everything. Situations could be controlled better. Primordial wisdom and better of great compassion. That means is extraordinary being, their freedom. So therefore, this kind, if we want to interest into path of liberation, and then we need to first has to be recognized the faults of samsara fully. Means is we need to training, the suffering of samsara. That's the fourth training. That's the fourth thoughts, mind training. This is the basics, very beginning how we start training mind. No matter Hinayana and Mahayana or Sutra or Tantra or subsequent Tantra, Haskell Tantra, no matter anywhere, is these four is the basics of mind training. Four thought mind training, yeah. Yes.
So if I'm suffering, what the best thing I can do? Is it to accept it and enjoy it? Or can I move my focus, my attention to what makes me happy? Yesterday I was watching our soccer team here in Aarhus. We were all happy. Is that a good thing?
Anyway,
to put some energy on the suffering and enjoy it? Or is the best thing just to go into it, accept it, and say, okay, so it is? Or can I
get it, point.
Can I watch soccer
So anyway,
each day?
have you done finish? Question?
Yeah.
Okay then,
That's the best thing.
let me answer. So anyway, so when the suffering comes to you, so how challenge to the suffering, or with suffering, two ways. One, the best. So the best is when the suffering comes to you, that times is the chance, opportunity. Two qualities. You can train your mind with your suffering. One, you accept willingly your suffering, because that is the result from your previous misdeed karma. So therefore, today if you happily, willingly, if you can accept your suffering, and that means purification. This suffering have meaningful, because your suffering can go into very skillfully purifications, your previous mystic karma. Therefore, your suffering will be sown completely. You will be freedom from suffering, because it will be exhausting about the projection, negative karma, because you accept this was your mystic karma. So today is you just going to purification. Okay, but for example, 100,000 precipitation. Like say 100,000 precipitation is very painful actually, from physically. But they like do happily. Why? For purification. For example. So your suffering is more painful than of precipitation 100,000 maybe. But if you willingly, means is training on nature law, karma of cause and effect, that is your misdeed karma. Today is the chance, opportunity, going to purification. So therefore I agree. Means is this pain, this sick, this ill, this suffering is much more powerful than even maybe general 100,000 prostration, painfully, So that is the best one. Then second best, Tonglen meditation. Tonglen, giving and taking meditation. So this suffering can instead, may we wish, this suffering is instead for all other sentient beings suffering. Or may wish my suffering is instead to my friend suffering, or suffering for my mother, instead suffering for my kids, or so on, whatever you like. If you agree to Bodhisattva, and then my suffering is instead to may all sentient beings suffering. So that means if your mind is become, physically you are very pain, but mentally you are very courage, confidence, very high level courage, Bodhisattva. Your heart is become Bodhisattva. That means the shortcut for collection merits. This pain, this suffering is become Bodhisattva's motivation. So that is the second of the best way how to training, And then if you cannot have these two motivation, then try to find the solution, how to avoid, which is the cause of suffering, which is the condition of suffering, has to be clearly to know. So therefore try, if possible, to change of the cause condition of suffering, try, do it. Don't be angry, don't be upset, don't be very painfully, but try to move of the cause condition. But sometimes the fully repentant result of suffering, there's no chance to change because already fully repents. If you see there's no way to change, and then what is the use to unhappy Buddha? Again, I will just quote one verse from the Shantandewa Bodhicharya text. Again, another one verse says, Karti choose you nana tela margashi jigu. Karti choose men nana tela margashi chipan. That means is if Karti choose on tela margashi jigu. Why unhappy? If it is he or she can find the solutions of remedy it. If can remedy it, then why unhappy? Try to change. That is one. But if you couldn't see any the way solution to change, and then again the next two lines that says, what is use unhappy? Because cannot remedy it. Then suffering relaxed, because maybe can change, maybe cannot change, and then it's a karma, And if we are happy, enjoy, also relaxed, because everyone want to happy, and also you can wish to all sentient beings be happy, enjoy, like your happiness, your enjoyment. So that means is finally happy, suffering comes, also you become happy, and enjoyment comes also happy, for benefit each others. So like this way, how mind training. Training mind means is like that. Yeah. All right, so now we are going to dedication prayer.